Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Etheria Restart video. So in today's video, guys, we're talking about the new heroes, more specifically, this one, Ninfonil. Ninfonil. That's what we'll go with. Ninfonil. She looked promising because she was a support hero. And the way that I try and gauge heroes nowadays is if they are usable without lattices, right? Because lattices are so scarce. Uh, whether or not you pull a hero is going to depend on if you could use them right away. Because, in all honesty, most of the time, whenever a new hero comes out, you just don't get excited because you don't have lattices to build them. So if they're usable without lattices, uh, I'm in, right? And there's plenty of heroes that are good without lattices in the SSR range. You have heroes like Fusho, who I think is quite good without lattice. You have heroes like Freya, who's pretty good without lattices. So you got some options there. Kloss, also very good without lattice. You get the point. So is this hero good without lattice? No. Long story short, no. Uh, The biggest issue I have with this hero is on her skill 3. So, the Rhine Bloom effect, which is like an on top adder of increased attack. So, instead of just 40%, you now get 65% attack. And if you skill it up to level 3, it'll be double. So, you'll have 80% attack boost. The issue is this Rhine Bloom is attached to a shield. And as soon as the shield goes away, you no longer have the double attack. Now, they sold this hero as the solution to Rengokutsu, and I think with the way that they worded that, it kind of just shows how out of touch they are. Because I guarantee that they had this character fully latticed, and we don't have lattices. So I don't know why they would make dumb comments like that. And that's what it is. It's a dumb comment. Uh, for someone who probably has lattices available to them because they make the game, it's a really stupid thing to say that this hero is the solution to Rengokutsu. It's not. And I don't know about the other damage dealing hero, but also when you have Lilium, you don't need that other damage dealer. You just need people to help you survive and to either kill the boss quicker, which I think that's what they were hoping with this, or to just stall it out and slowly kill it over time. But there's plenty of teams already that do that. So yeah. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean by this, but I was not impressed. The problem is everyone has to be fast. Everyone has to be fast because Rengokutsu and his ads hit so hard that they end up removing the shield from this character already. So the boost is essentially null and void. If you have a character like Lilium, she gives herself attack up, so the attack up does nothing, and the immunity is just for one turn. So again, it just does nothing. So this character is actually garbage, in my opinion. Now, once she's latticed or whatever, maybe she's good. But for a support hero to be sold as the solution Rengokutsu, I think it's just a really silly thing for the developers to say, and it just goes to show that I really don't think they know what they're doing when it comes to, uh, you know, beating the content that they're fine with being very hard. I don't know. This character is kind of annoying me, especially with the way that they sold it. So this is what I was running. I just have to make this character quick so we can put her at the front of the turn order. Sadly, I'm running my Doki Doki in the background because of the module event, the Forge event, which is pretty cool. We will talk about that. So not all bad things, but yeah, let's talk about some of this. Okay, Swift Rush Bloodbath. Let's just find something with a whole bunch of speed. Perfect. Okay, we need her to go first in the turn order. Speed. And speed. How fast is she cooking? 279. I think she's at the front of the turn order, but anyway, we'll see. All right. So this is what I want to show you. Okay. Now we're going to give everyone speed up. We're going to boost our Lilium. Now, okay. So she's going to put the additional attack up and the shield, right? So when she does that, this is where the rhyme bloom comes in. So you'll see as soon as one of these side ads go, because the Lilium is not in front. Okay, so we do get the buff here. We got lucky with the RNG. Still, this character still doesn't take away the RNG, right? So here's the damage. So 190K, and then a couple from whatever. So her shield isn't great, doesn't do a whole lot. Our Kloss is already down. We'll give another attack boost. But you saw there, the immunity is one turn. So if you put everyone in front of the ads to take advantage of the attack up, you lose the immunity and you're still getting all of the negative effects from the side ads, right? It also doesn't take away that you need a hero like Lilium or you need a hero like Lily to turn boost people. So, still not great. Her equalizing and then heal is also pretty minimal. Here we have the attack boost again, but still we have attack down. So we got lucky on this run for the ads not targeting our Lilium, right? This is still going to be a fail though because our Kloss died. So let's go back in here and see what happens whenever they actually target maybe the Lilium. And remove the shield. But this continues to be the issue with. Okay, so now the shield's gone, and now we don't have the attack up, right? Like that's the bummer. Let's see how much damage we end up doing. So 156. So it added, 30K of damage, but doesn't improve your survivability. The heal, like I said, is negligible. The immunity is one turn. Like this character is just garbage. You should not pull for her, especially if you're struggling with Rango Kutsu. You shouldn't do it. What you should do is you should prioritize leveling up like your Ling Luo. You should prioritize putting characters in Bloodbath and things like that. So yeah, long story short, I don't like her. And I think it was a crappy thing for the developers to think that she was the solution to Rango Kutsu instead of just nerfing the boss. So now that I'm off my soapbox, let's talk about one of the good things, which is the module forge. This thing's really cool. So you get one left side piece and you get one right side piece. You can go in and you can pick the type of piece that you want. So you pick your your matrix, which is cool. When it comes to, your best picks for the matrices, I think, selecting Bloodbath is pretty nice currently. The issue is it runs the risk of being nerfed. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but I do like that. Any of the 8-piece matrix sets, I don't think are worth crafting here because you have a lot more possibilities to get a useful piece, considering the 2 matrix items are still usable for those sets. So I would always prioritize, some of the 6 or 12-piece sets to craft here, which is why Bloodbath is like one of them that I would suggest. I personally do not have, a whole lot of these shields. I also don't have a whole lot here. The nice thing with Bloodbath is on this middle piece, you can get HP percentage. And that is a huge thing for Bloodbath right now to, I think, have longevity. because I think the bruiser meta is going to get tweaked a little bit. No one's really liking that meta, so I think the developers are going to touch it. Um, where here you can have like a defense percentage roll, which is really nice for the Rahu's, for your Holdens, Mizuki Mikados, right? Where the Bloodbath here is going to be still really good, even if they do end up, nerfing it a little bit. It's still going to be good on Fusho, still going to be good on Ling Luo, Sanya, Red Chiaki. The list goes on. So I think this is your safest pick from a Bloodbath standpoint. When it comes to like damage dealing and things of that nature, I don't think you ever want to pick the helmet. It's the easiest piece to get some of your best rolls. Here, you can get crit rate, crit damage, and speed, which is a really important piece. Here, you can't get crit damage. So on this weapon, I also think that this is one of the easier ones to get a usable piece because you're just looking for like speed and crit rate. And then if you have like effect accuracy or flat attack, that's going to be okay. But your rolls, you're really going to prioritize crit rate and speed. And because you don't have, the ability to max the rolls on these pieces, you still have to roll them. You could end up getting bad rolls. Where if you craft something here with speed, crit rate, crit damage, and like HP percentage, none of your rolls are going to be bad. You want to try and miss HP percentage as much as you can, but even from like end game hard PvE content, having like a max roll and HP percentage isn't the worst thing in the world. So, long story short, if you're going left side piece for either damage dealers or like supports, I still think this middle piece is your most important one. You can get speed, you can get HP percentage, like that stuff is really important here. So that's what I would prioritize. I don't think you need to do I don't think you need to roll for speed. Bulwark, again, it's like the 8-piece set. So if it's me, I'm prioritizing either Kenai or Momentum when it comes to the damage dealing pieces, or I'm picking Bloodbath. So in this case, I will pick Bloodbath just to show you, and I'll pick this centerpiece. Now, whenever you pick this, you go to the next step, and it gives you like an initial roll, right? So here I have HP percentage and effect res, which is pretty good. So if I wanted to, I can lock these pieces in, right? I can lock these stats in, and then I can reconfigure. Now, the more stuff that you lock in, the more currency that you have to reconfigure. And how you get this is by doing thresholds. So I haven't seen a cap on this. I think you can just farm it as much as you want, and then you just re-roll as much as you want. So here, we'll reconfigure. Okay, so we got speed, which is awesome. But it looks like I need to either lock this in or move on. Now, thankfully, I did get lucky. I wish I would have known this before, but maybe you have to just reconfigure here until you get 3 of the 4 substats that you want. But I did get 2 of the right substats. So HP, effect res, flat defense and speed. This is perfect for like a Ling Luo or a Sanya. It's not very good on a damage dealer bruiser, but as a pure support, this is just all bulk, and this is what we want. So now we can overwrite this. Oh, okay, great. So if I wanted to, now I can go back in and I can lock the speed, and I can re-roll again for 800 to try and get something other than the flat defense. But because I got HP and I got speed, I don't need to, and now I can just claim this. So there you go. So I got my piece, and I'll be able to roll this. So that's awesome. Now, when it comes to the right side pieces, this is where I think things matter the most. When it comes to your damage dealing pieces, I think the clear-cut thing to roll for is crit damage. I don't know if this is intentional or not, but it really seems like crit damage is like the premier piece that a lot of people are struggling for. Um, which set to roll for is up in the air. I think Kenai is a great gear piece. The problem is no one really ever has time to farm Terramaton because this is arguably one of the only good pieces to farm in there. I still think Wellspring's a bit underrated. Um, but a lot of people don't even have like one full good Kenai set. So this is something that's worth considering. Momentum, I think, is the better set when it comes to speed farming because you're usually using it alongside Dyna or Kloss, which put up a lot of debuffs like within their initial skill. The thing is momentum is in Aurora, and Aurora I think is the best dungeon to farm because it has the best sets. You know, it's got Fury, it's got Momentum, it's got Bloodbath, it's got Bulwark, and it's got Strive. So, uh, in an instance like this, I personally will probably go with Kenai as I like this set a little bit more for like PvP on my damage dealers. But you can also go Bloodbath. So whenever it comes to your support sides, you definitely want HP percentage here, or effect res. Those are the two things that I think are pretty valuable and hard to come by. Again, your AP sets, I don't think you need to prioritize them. You have much more variation of pieces that you'll be able to use because the two-piece matrices are valuable. But yeah, I think the clear cut pieces here are your Kenai and your Bloodbath. Now, there is a case to be made for like a Swift Rush piece with effect accuracy. This is another rare piece that's really hard to come by. Time Weave is another possible option for people that are still struggling in PvP. I mean, sorry, PvE. To get an effect accuracy roll here as well would be quite useful. For me personally, like I said, I'm probably going to go Kenai and go crit damage. Now, whenever you pick your piece, I'm not going to do it yet because I'm still up in the air. For crit damage, you want crit rate, speed, and attack percentage. You don't want anything else other than that. I guess for your fourth stat, you can get flat attack. Or if you have a hero like Yeli, if you have a hero like Shiada, Rosa, any of those characters that need a little bit of effect accuracy, you can have effect accuracy as your last piece. The problem is then you run the risk of rolling a lot of effect accuracy. Where if you roll the flat attack, I don't think it's the end of the world. Where if you roll effect accuracy, it does have a borderline case of being trash. So yeah, that's the Model Forge. Really cool event. I do like this event. I think it's awesome. And long story short, on these characters, I like since they're 80 summons, probably worth just getting a copy. You do have Sonya in here for like newer players. Rolling on the Sonya is cool, but I don't think this character is like a good progression hero. When it comes to this character, the interesting thing about this character is as a DPS hero, he is going to be significant when it comes to Nico Nana. And I think that's such an important dungeon for people that are progressing through their account to farm a lot. And if you can clear that easily, this character has probably a little bit like he's warranted to be pulled a little bit for new players that are just about to cross into Nico Nana. But like I don't think you need him. I don't know if you should waste your pools. For DPSs, you really need to have them latticed like a lot for them to be useful. So it's tough. But anyway, guys, that's my take on the Module Forge and the new heroes, specifically the support hero, because I was hoping she'd be useful without any lattices, but sadly she is not, at least in my opinion. And that's what I got for you here today. So I appreciate you checking it out and catch you on the next one. See you.